Good morning, students. Today we will see the practical of the pulse code modulation and its receiver. So in this practical you will have the two trainer kit that you have to use. One is called the Scientech ST2103 and second one is ST2104. So the ST2103 is nothing but a time division multiplex PCM transmitter trainer, while the ST2104 is a TDM pulse code modulation receiver trainer. In this practical we will see the three different modes through which the PCM data is transmitted, and at the receiver side we will get that original data back. So first of all we will see the TDM transmitter trainer part. So in this transmitter trainer part, basically there are 4 blocks. One block which you can see here is nothing but the function generator. So this block will be used to feed the signals which either in terms of the DC or in terms of the 1 kilohertz or a 2 kilohertz signals. Here in this transmitter trainer you have another unit which is called the transmitter unit, which consists of the sampler, which also consists of the second sampler, and there is a multiplexer which actually multiplex these two signals. And here for obtaining the pulse code modulation there is a IC which convert the analog data into the digital ones. And here for transmitting the data in at the receiver side we have used the here simple wire or a code. So for that that use only the serial data. So first of all we have to convert this parallel data which is coming out from this A to D converter into the serial one. So for that shift registers are used. So the function of this shift register is to convert the parallel data which is coming from the A to D converter into the serial one, and the same data now which is the output of the shift register is nothing but the serial pulse code modulated data which is now transmitted and it will be connected to the receiver part. Here you can see that there are other block which is called the error check code generator. So sometimes you may also have to use the error check code generator that can be selected by this error check code selector. So either depending upon the which mode that you have selected, either 00, 01, 10 or 11, you will get the different error check code selection. So in this case for overall maintaining the clock synchronization and the bit synchronization there is a transmitter timing logic unit. So in this transmitter timing logic there are lot of the timing signals are generated. For example, for controlling the analog and ADC converter there are start SC and the EC signal. So SC signal is nothing but the start of conversion, while the EC is nothing but the end of the conversion. So whenever the PCM pulse code modulation is operated using the ADC, here initially this timing logic circuit will use the start of conversion, and whenever the A to D converter is ready for the digital data, it gives you the timing logic circuit give you the end of conversion signals back to the timing logic circuits. So this way the analog data which is feed through either function generator which is having a 2 inputs, either the DC or either 1 or 2 kilohertz signals. So this way in these transmitter sections whatever the digital data that has been multiplexed and transmitted over this channel will be received at the receiver unit. So let us see the receiver part. So in this receiver part, once again you can see that very first point is the receiving point where the transmitted data has to be fetched. And reverse thing that we have to do in a receiver section, first of all we have to convert the serial data into the parallel one. So for that, once again there is a shift register is used, which actually convert your serial data into the parallel one. Next, we have to use the digital to analog converter, DAC. So for that you have to sometimes minimum hold the signal levels. So for that there is a latch is available. So this latch is having a function that it temporarily hold the state of that bits, so that DA conversion can be possible. So ultimately at this digital and analog converter you will get the final once again the digital data which has been transmitted. So here, as I mentioned, that this kit is all about the time division multiplexing, PCM, transmitter and receiver. Hence here there are two signals which are first of all being multiplexed by channel 0 and channel 1, and that multiplex signals will be converted into the PCM data, and that has been sent through the transmitter sections. And at the receiver side you are getting the same received signals into the receiver sections. And at the receiver side, using the shift registers, latch and the digital analog converter, we are getting the same bit stream at the receiver side. So performing this spectacle, we will use here the three different modes. The mode 1 will be considered as when the transmitter clock and the receiver clocks are directly connected. It means there is a physical connection between the transmitter clock and the receiver clocks. Same way, in a transmitter bit synchronization T0 and the receiver synchronization RX0 is physically connected. So this mode in which both the transmitter and receivers are connected or synchronized with the clock and with the bit. So this mode will be considered as a mode 1. We will see in the mode 2 that in which we will remove the physical connection between the transmitter clock and the receiver clock. So now as now we do not have at the receiver side the knowledge of the clock, so for that at the receiver side we will use the clock regenerative circuits. So here the basic idea is that whatever the PCM data has been transmitted and it is received at the PCM data input point. So using these clock regenerative circuits, this is nothing but you can consider as a voltage control oscillators which actually lock and gives the clock frequency which is actually transmitted by the PCM data. So we will see when we will perform these practicals. So this way in a mode 2 we will remove the transmitter and receiver clock and we will perform the practical. In mode 3 we will see that we will now also remove the bit synchronization physical connections, in which because now we have removed the transmitter and receiver's bit synchronization also. So for that purpose we need at the transmitter side some pseudo-random code generator. So this pseudo-random code generator will generate some fixed bit and it will be preamble at the PCM data, so that what will happen that now at the receiver at the transmitter side you already know that you are sending some fixed bit pattern, and at the receiver side if you have such a logic so that you can detect that code, So at the receiver side, using pseudo random code sync detectors, once again we'll perform the bit synchronization. So this way
of both the kits common will operate in mode 1, where we'll connect clocks of transmitter and receiver and bit sync. Now we'll be using DC sources for TDM. We'll be using DC sources for TDM. Second DC source. Okay, now we can observe the bit pattern on A to D conversion. We can observe on the bit pattern. See, if I vary the DC value, the bit pattern will change. Now I'll connect the PCM data of transmitter with the PCM input of the receiver kit so that the same bit pattern can be observed on receiver side. See here, off, on, off, on. Same bit pattern is there on receiver. Off, on, off, on and on. So this was regarding the DC inputs and recovery of the same. Now we'll connect. Now instead of directly connecting the clocks, I'll be removing the transmitter clock and receiver clock connection. Instead of that, we'll be regenerating the clock signal from the PCM data itself, the received PCM data itself. So here I will be using this PCM as input, and then we'll connect this output of clock regenerator circuit with the RX clock. Again, we can observe the same bit pattern. If I change over here in transmitter, the same bit pattern will be observed on D2A converter of the receiver side.
So this one is mode 2.
So now this one was mode 2, and now we will be performing for mode 3, in which I will be removing the bit sync also, bit sync connection from transmitter and receiver. Instead of that, we will be using pseudo random code for sync generation. So I will be making it on in transmitter side and on receiver side. Now again, if I change the bit pattern on transmitter side, the same bit pattern will be observed on receiver side. So this was mode 3. So till now we have learned mode 1, in which we directly connected clock and sync of receiver and transmitter. Then mode 2, in which we removed the clock connection and we regenerated the clock in the receiver side. And mode 3, in which we also removed the bit sync and we used the pseudo random code for syncing. Okay, thank you. And now we will be generating the PCM code for sinusoidal 2 kHz sinusoidal waveform, and that code will be transmitted to the receiver section. And here is the demodulator. From here we can observe the original information signal, that means it is the demodulator. So now let us start. So here I have connected 2 kHz sinusoidal input at channel 0 of the sampler. So from here it will have the samples, and this entire part is generating the PCM code. The bit pattern is over here at the A to D converter. Now let us observe the output on CRO. So upper signal is the information signal which is transmitted, and the lower signal is, the lower one is the recovered signal from the receiver section. So now I will be connecting channel number 2 of CRO with the PCM code so that we can observe the code generated. So the upper waveform is showing the PCM code which is generated for 2 kHz sinusoidal waveform, and the lower one is the information signal. This is information, let it be somewhat up. So this is our information signal, upper signal is the information signal, and the lower one is the PCM code generated. And now the demodulated waveform. See the demodulated waveforms. One is the information signal and the lower one is the recovered signal.
So only here we are getting the same signal but with some delay, and that is very obvious. So thank you very much.